Hey, what's up? It's Ben here. Back in the 1900s, normal people like you and I could just go out there and own stocks. We would represent a majority of the stock market, but nowadays it's totally different. Institutional investors now take more than 70% of the market. What that basically means is that institutional investors can almost dictate the market. The only thing we could dictate is super cheap penny stocks. But if you get caught doing something like that, it's considered a pump and dump and we get in trouble. So there's no winning unless you follow the trend and that you're a small fish in the sea. And speaking of small fish, Robinhood's platform tends to have a lot of small fish in the sea, as in small time investors. The platform itself has over 13 million users and almost all of its users are young. So you got a lot of millennials and Gen Z investors. So wouldn't it be interesting to see what they're investing in? We got a lot of social media outlets where people tend to do their stock picks on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube itself. And if one post goes viral, you can bet that there's going to be a lot of young investors buying into that stock. And wouldn't it be interesting to see if Robinhood investors are also jumping onto the bandwagon? So let's jump into the computer and let's check out what Robinhood investors are actually buying in. So the website we'll be looking at is robintrack.net, and what's interesting about this site is that it's created by this 23-year-old named Casey Pramazic. Hope I'm not butchering his last name. And if you scroll here on the leaderboards, it gives you an idea of how many users are buying into what. And these are the popular ones. So the top 10 is right over here, but then you can also download the CSV file and see all 8,000 plus so of the stocks. So if you click on Ford, you notice that there's an increase of users right over here. So these users are just basically buying the dip. And then GE, of course, these are going to be big companies because a lot of Robinhood users tend to, buy big companies in general because their stock prices are pretty low right now. So right now you have General Electric and American Airline as well. So right over here, Disney, you have an increase of users buying into the dip as well. And then you have the Delta Airlines as well. These are the popular ones. Microsoft is probably, it's going up. And then Apple, same thing. It's a tech stock. So prices are going up, users are going up. And then you have your Carnival down buying the dip. So what's interesting about this is the popularity changes. Let me show you on this one. So if you click on just 1 week, so it gives you a better idea of what's going on, and you click on change type to increase, you notice that workhorse is up here. So within 1 week, there's 77,000 plus users downloading or buying into workhorse. And it's crazy because Workhorse was, everybody was talking about it on Twitter and then TikTok. And then I'm assuming because, these millennials or Gen Zs have these social media platforms and they also have a Robinhood account. So then that's why they're buying into these stocks that are, talked about on these social media outlets. And then for Gap too, there's a huge increase in Gap. And the reason why I believe there's a huge increase is because there's a collab with Kanye and Gap. So this could become another really good company. If the sales goes up and revenue goes up, it could become another Adidas. So everything could just go up for Gap. And you notice this increase right over here. That's abnormal of amount of Robinhood users buying into it. But like I said, if you go back in 30 days, you can just play around and change to see what's going on. So Nikola was started out with 0, ended up with 150 users. So it's pretty interesting to see. Check it out. It's basically free, this entire site. You don't have to pay into a subscription or anything like that. Data is all there. Feel free to check it out. Now, this isn't to show you that these are considered good stocks to buy or to show you any fundamentals of the stock. It's just to give you an idea of what Robinhood users are buying. And it's interesting to see if you ever come across a social media post regarding a new stock or some crazy news about a company, and then you go on the websites and check it out if Robinhood users are also being heavily influenced by the post. But at the end of the day, these are just numbers and stats that can't determine much, but for pure enjoyment. But imagine being one of the few thousand Robinhood investors that bought here when Nikola was at its peak. Now it's $50-something a share. Damn, it hurts. But what also hurts is when Hertz actually goes out of business and they lose everything, and all of the Robinhood users, almost 150 plus thousand users, loses everything as well. Damn, it's gonna hurt because it hurts So I hope you guys like this video. If so, feel free to give it a like and maybe consider subscribing for future content like these. I'll catch y'all later.